The Schomburg, as most of you know, is a wholly unique entity in all of America. As a public library, programs like this are commonplace here, but almost unheard of anyplace else in America. And the team at the Schomburg has welcomed us over the years and provided this space and this opportunity so that we can come together to talk about the important opportunities and the values that we share for the Caribbean. So please give Clarice and Kara and Lady Sasha and Dr. Khalil Gibran Muhammad, and in his absence, a round of applause.
I want to spend just a few minutes taking a clinical look at the realities that confront us in Jamaica. And I want to stay within that 20-year framework. The figures I'm going to give you are US dollars. And I'm doing that deliberately because I want to avoid the distortion that would result if we were to speak in two different currencies, because we have had currency changes over these 20 years. Do you know, for example, that over that 20-year period, the Jamaican dollar, in relation to the US dollar, has lost 79% of its value? That's the level of depreciation that has taken place in those 20 years. So we need to bring the numbers together. And what I've done is to take the figures for each year, convert the Jamaican dollars for that year based on what the exchange rate was in that year, the average exchange rate for that year, so that we can be comparing apples with apples. Now, over that 20-year period, the total amount of revenue that the Jamaican government has collected, and by revenue I mean all of the taxes that we collect, the customs duties, the income tax, the GCT, the telephone tax, everything, plus the grants that we get from friendly countries such as America, countries in Europe and so on. All of that revenue over those 20 years come up to $51 billion. Remember, I'm talking US dollars now. 51 billion. I want you to note that figure carefully because of what I'm going to follow up and say. We have collected in taxes and grants 51 billion. But over that 20-year period, and here is the rub, we have had to spend 52 billion to pay the principal and interest on the debt that we owe. So over that 20-year period, we have actually had to pay out more to service our debt than all of the taxes and revenues that we collect. Do you know what this means? It means that before we can pay one teacher or provide one school lunch, before we can put one bottle of aspirin in a hospital, before we can fix one pothole, before we can put one gallon of petrol in a police patrol car, before we can send out one pension check, we have to borrow. So we have borrowed and borrowed, and we have buried ourselves under this mountain of debt. We have plunged ourselves in a deep hole of despair.